Now, can Mohammad Amir get this new ball to swing? That's Watson's record. Playing his 19th match now, has been a revelation since he went up to the top of the order. Just two slips. Interestingly, two close catches on the leg side. There's an orthodox bat pad. And captain Shahid Afridi in at short to mid-wicket. It's also a mid-on. Mid-off is really at a straightish extra cover. There's a point. And then we're round again to that gully. Orthodox long leg completes the field. Four runs.
It's important that Shahid Afridi doesn't complicate things for Mohammad Amir. He's been given a strange field. Two men on the leg side catching, just two slips and a gully. What line is he supposed to bowl? Cannot afford to drift on the pads because he can be whacked just like that last boundary. Got to make it simple for Mohammad Amir. His strength is obviously to slant the ball across towards the slips and then bring one back to surprise the batsman. That is where he was so good in the first innings, so got to give him that field.
Mohammad Amir became the youngest player to open the bowling in a test innings in England. But over the course of time, we have seen two 16-year-olds open the bowling in a test match, but not in this country.
That in-swinger should be a surprise ball. That is how he got rid of Shane Watson. Maybe that dismissal has prompted that field on the leg side. Ricky Ponting was picked up brilliantly at short leg once again. Leg side dismissal. Then one that cleaned up the batsman, fuller length. And another beautiful Yorker. Four for 72, Mohammad Amir in the first innings in almost 20 overs.
Well, here's a bit of a surprise. Shahid Afridi's full of them. Got a man out at deep square leg.
Pakistan over-trying just a little by having different field set, field positions for Shane Watson. He's just started the innings. Remember, this is the first over of a brand new innings, so you've got to allow the bowler to settle down.
If you've been scratching your heads as to who those two 16-year-olds were who opened the bowling in test match cricket, Talar Jubair of Bangladesh, and a gentleman that Ramiz Rajul will remember well, Aqib Javed. A lot of teenagers play test cricket in the subcontinent. Not so many in England and Australia and South Africa. Watson again playing across the line. It's 4 for no wicket. Confidently on his way as well. Both batsmen getting off the mark with a boundary.
No room for a loosener. Mohammad Asif looked just a little bit stiff. Allowed the width, and Cattage cleverly placed it through the offside for 4. Easily done. Hardly any pace behind that delivery.
the Australian first innings, Mohammad Asif got through 19 overs. Good figures for him as well. 3 for 63. His economy rate there, 3.32, which was just about Australia's run rate for the whole innings, 3.29.
Pakistan clearly dented by that batting failure that we saw today. That's a lovely delivery. The body language has got to be good and positive.
Mohammad Asif's wickets came in the space of 7 deliveries. Michael Clarke, last ball before tea. Trapped LBW. Ian Gould pointing to the sky. Simon Katic caught behind, and a beautiful delivery to dismiss Marcus North. And Mohammad Asif ripping the heart out of the middle order of that Australian first innings. Didn't bowl with any great pace in the first innings, but very good length, Mohammad Asif. To the right and left-handers. He was a real quick bowler when he first started his career, Mohammad Asif, but he's dropped his pace now in the search for more accuracy. His average delivery was under 80 miles an hour in the first innings, when you think that Mitchell Johnson today has been bowling upwards of 90 miles an hour. Wide of mid-on. Danish Canaria after it. He can't get there. The attempted sliding stop. A little too late.
Is not a natural athlete, Canaria, not a natural slider. But this was put away nicely by Watson. He does that quite nicely. Front foot pull. Full-fledged slide from Canaria.
Problem for Shane Watson again, playing across the line. It's 13 for no wicket.
What do you make of Watson's bowling, Mikey?
Well, he got very good reward, that's for sure. Shane Watson wasn't really a bowler that impressed me a great deal as a test match bowling contender to be taking 5 wickets. But he bowled straight, got the ball to do just enough.
Yeah, he's a player who's been bowling less and less as he's gone higher and higher up the batting order. I think he was always, initially he was always seen as the Australian all-rounder. His bowling through injury and lack of wicket taking just didn't take off. But his best figures in this match. Name on the honours board, something that Shane Warne never managed. That's a good shot. Kept down and hit very powerfully, even with the man out there at deep square leg. It's raced over the boundary rope.
When we saw that man being moved from forward short leg to deep backward square, I was thinking, I hope he's not going to be bowling short balls to Shane Watson. Mohammad Asif is bowling from memory at the moment. He remembers when he was quick. He ain't quick now.
No, and Watson's pulled that off the front foot, and he had time to hit the ball down and in front of square. Slightly quicker, slightly higher, better bouncer. That's the sort of bouncer that batsmen will get the top edge to and bring in either deep square or deep fine leg. Very short though.
Well, that's the problem. At the pace at which he's bowling now, he has to bang it in that short. The batsman has all the time in the world to see exactly what's happening and do exactly what Shane Watson did. Let it go.
A flurry of rain coming over the ground. It's what was forecast. Showers in the afternoon. Ian Gould knows this part of London as well as most, having played here for Middlesex for many years. Just that dark cloud hanging over us again. Quite bright away to the west. Umbrellas are up here. $17 for no wicket.
When Canary is getting this sort of dip he's getting, I think it's important is his line. He can't get too much leg stump, otherwise Shane Watson can play off the back foot. If he gets his line onto around off stump, that's going to encourage Shane Watson to drive. That'll bring in the keeper, the slip fielder, and even your short cover. So the line is really important here. Looks like he's got his rhythm up straight away. He's got to keep the ball on the deliveries and leaving. So I'll just straighten up a little bit. I think at the moment it's just a little bit too much leg stump.
Too short that time. Watson's been on the back foot anyway. And that's actually a remarkable shot. Hit it very, very cleanly. So the 6 brings up the 50. 50 without loss it is.
I don't know if it was the quicker one from Canary or not, but it was short. But to hit that for 6, it didn't bounce much either. Shane Watson was very quick to jump back. That's power. Hit that very, very hard.
Well bowled, Danish.
Yeah, that's the first thing that Canary needs to do. He needs to get Watson coming forward. So yes, Canary just needs to work on that length a little bit next time round. It's 51 without loss. Not out. Mohammad Asif seems to got his line sorted out a bit now. That first over of his in this spell was a poor one. He bowled a better over last over to the left-hander to Katic. This is the right sort of line, but again, there's a bit of bounce in this pitch. Great shot. A little bit too full from Mohammad Asif. It was a full half volley. But perfect position and a lovely shot.
Yeah, cracking stroke. Just saying about the bounce in this wicket, David. I think I just wonder whether the sun has come out a little bit, whether and a couple of days play on it, a few heavy rollers, whether it's just quickened up a little bit. I've seen a lot of the balls that have hit the wicket bounce high on the pad. And even these sort of shots just skidding on nicely to play it. Very true. Looks out there this morning, looked a beautiful wicket to bat on. It was just the overhead conditions. I think now the sun now has just hardened the wicket up.
Got him this time. He's a little bit wider, not quite so full. And Shane Watson, a little bit in the same way as he played in the one-day internationals against England, has got himself nicely in. And just when he needed to press on, he's got himself out as well.
Clever bowling. Just swung, but it was full. It dragged him into the drive. And look where he catches that. chest height. I think the wicket has got that extra pace and bounce in it at the moment. Very well bowled and well deserved. Massive, I think the last few overs he's looked very threatening. Shane Watson's gone. He got himself in for 31. Australia lose their first wicket, 61 for 1.
61 for 1, and it's Ricky Ponting, whose side he now knows is in a very strong position. And he would love to capitalise on this with runs of his own. The lead now 166. So Ponting will have maybe 3 balls to face in the rest of this over. And up against him, Mohammad Asif has got into some rhythm. Gets that one just to come back in a little bit at the end there. Ponting is always out there with his front foot, isn't he?
Yeah, it was clever bowling, this one from Mohammad Asif. He got driven the ball before, crunched really through the covers, and this time was the length that drew him into the drive again and just shaped away a little bit from him. Bit loose from Watson. A little bit loose. Everyone's happy?
Yeah, Shane Watson will be kicking himself, having done the hard work to get himself out like that. Was a big error. Well, it's interesting to see the shape there, isn't it? First ball to Ponting comes back in, and Mohammad Asif at just over 80 miles an hour, it's 81.5 miles an hour, is fine. This ball is now swinging for him, so he's bowled his second one with a little bit of a waist swing, which is nice bowling.
And I think that was the key of the Pakistan's bowling yesterday, was how late it swung too. It didn't really come from the arm. Oh yeah, that's an outswinger. It went really late. You could see footwork. He had to reach for it. He's finding his rhythm these last couple of overs.
And away again. So good over. The wicket important. It's 61 for 1.
Away through square leg. Simon Katic on his way to yet another half century. Mohammad Amir bowled just the 2 overs in the first innings from the nursery end. Off target there again. You have to commend Simon Katic for his effort. These are very testing conditions for opening batsmen. At last he's got some sunshine on his back. You would think this would be a batting paradise if you had any prolonged period of sun blazing down on this pitch. Australia 170 runs to the good. That's true as well. This time the offside. 2 boundaries in 3 deliveries.
Young Mohammad Amir really asked to do quite a bit of work in this test match. Just a fraction short. He keeps running in, he looks enthusiastic, he looks energetic, but not too sure you really won't be asking him to be doing all this work at such a tender age. This is his 7th over in this innings. This is just over number 18 in the innings. So you could easily say that he has bowled almost half the overs. That would have almost mean him bowling from one end all innings.
That's right, Mike. You could say that Pakistan are missing a sort of all-rounder who could fill in with some overs of seam up, rather than having to turn to spin to rest the seam bowlers. or Razak's name springs to mind, or perhaps Mandassa Nazar from a different era. Always useful to have somebody who can come on. Paul Collingwood does a job for England. And that'll be another boundary for Katic. Strike rate shoots up in this Mohammad Amir over. 3 boundaries in the over, 73 now for 1.
Has been pretty consistent in the gully, Azhar Ali. Didn't have a great time with the bat, but at least he's helping his bowlers in that gully position. That position has now been reinforced. 2 men now in the gully region. I would suggest that when they're bowling to Simon Katic that they have a similar feel. 2 slips, 2 gullies, and just keep that ball off stump, outside off stump, moving away from him. Ricky Ponting not very happy with something in the background. I don't think he wants the side screen moving. I think he just needs people in that general area to stand still.
No stroke play. What's Rudy Kurtzen going to say? He's going to say out, and once again Ponting fails at Lord's. 8 test match innings here now, and he's still to make a 50. And this time he's got a great big duck egg.
I don't think he can be too surprised about this decision from Rudy Kurtzen. He expected that ball to go away again, as so many had been going away. But instead it came back down the slope. Well, Hawkeye suggesting it would have missed the leg. Well, problems for Ricky Ponting. Offered no stroke, and sometimes that does influence the umpire. Gone for a duck. 73 for 2 Australia.
Here's Michael Clarke. A splendid test average of over 51. 3 batsmen in this Australian batting order, averaging over 50. Ponting, Clarke and Michael Hussey. 2 slips and 2 gullies again. Well, was Ricky Ponting unlucky? Playing no shot, looking to pad the ball away. Hits him in line all right, but Hawkeye suggesting that the line of the ball would have taken the delivery down the leg side. Look exactly on hot spot where it hits him. It's on that thigh pad.
Just as the decision against Michael Clarke in the first innings, bowling from that pavilion end, again Hawkeye suggested the ball was missing leg. Perhaps because of the slope on the ground, the ball just tend to do a bit more going down the leg side of the right-hander. It just looked out though. Pretty difficult for the umpire to have a look at that live. Plus the fact that he offered no stroke, that would have had some influence as well.
Confidently away. Boundary for Michael Clarke. 77 for 2. Play can go through to 7 o'clock local time this evening. It's Canaria. Just the one over from Mohammad Amir. It's an expensive